So even though in the previous video you saw my actual first day in Sendai, I didn't really do much in the city as I arrived late and had some quests I needed to complete, such as buying a new wind muff for my camera and figuring out how to do some well-needed laundry. And even though I did explore a bit of the station and had some of the city's delicacies, I didn't truly explore the city until the day after.
Looking baller. Ready. It's 1 p.m.
Okay, I don't know what kind of intro that was. Whenever I record very little, that's when you know I'm either tired, overwhelmed, or couldn't give a shit, or all three. But anyway, first order of business was to get out some money, which I always recommend whenever you're in Japan, to have some cash with you at all times, since it's still majorly a cash country. And so off we went, and this day was the day I finally explored the city. And even though I woke up and left very late, it was because the day before was crazy and I was still a little bit sick. At first I had a job to do. I pre-purchased some tickets, which is highly recommended if you don't have a rail pass, so the day you leave isn't too hectic, and you get a good reserved seat if you're planning on reserved seating. I booked my ticket to Tokyo in 3 days, which costed around $100, and then I booked my ticket to Ishinomaki in 2 days, which is the departure city for the ferry that leaves for Tashirojima Cat Island. More on that in a future video, so stay tuned for that. Afterwards, I went back to the Sendai Station Square where there was a performance going on, which you will see a lot here, I swear. I don't think any other station in Japan I went to was ever as entertaining as Sendai Station, and quite rightfully so, since the station is one of the things Sendai is known for. Another thing I also didn't expect was how many people there were. I expected it in big cities like Tokyo, but Sendai? But anyway, since it was still technically my early days in Japan, I had no transport card yet and I didn't want to waste any more money on cabs. I heard of a unique tourist service in Sendai called Loople, which is a bus service that runs every 20 minutes from 9 to 4, that, like the name suggests, runs in a loop and stops at a lot of the major tourist attractions around the city. At first I had no idea how to find it since the station was a maze, but was told to buy a ticket at a ticket office next to the stop, which was stop 16.
The fuck is with that many taxis? I'm not taking taxi. That shit costs way more than the buses. If I keep using taxi, I'm gonna run out of money real quick.
The one thing about Loople though is that everyone wants to take advantage of it since it only costed 630 yen for an adult 1-day pass. So the buses get really packed. And after I paid for my ticket, I jumped to the end of the line and had to wait for the next bus. Look at how far the line goes back. But eventually, we were able to get on and lucky enough to secure a seat, though the bus was really packed, and it will be for the majority of them, at least it was when I went. But where did I stop at exactly? Even though, as you saw, there were so many stops and I got out the hotel so late? Well, I decided to skip the Hoden temple thing, even though maybe I probably shouldn't have, but the amount of people I saw there waiting for the Loople, I just couldn't be bothered getting off and getting on again, so I just went directly to the main place I wanted to go to, Sendai Castle. The Loople, while greatly convenient and cheap, was hell. The amount of people on that bus made me never want to go on it again, even if I was sitting down, but I was thankful that I was finally out, and man, it felt surreal being somewhere I felt like I've already been before. And can I just say, the snow just added a whole new kind of vibe to the place, and it was definitely something that made my stay a lot better essentially. At first, we checked out the statue of Date Masamune, erected in 1935 to celebrate the founder of modern day Sendai. Now I don't know when, but there was a time this masterpiece was under construction, so I'm glad I'm viewing it after the fact. And that's the thing, even though most of these historical artifacts were constructed quite early, they had to be maintained over time due to decay or whatever. But I think what makes this place special is the fact that I did not expect to find the whole view of the city from the place. And after chilling there for a while and soaking up the views and the atmosphere, I headed back to the Miyagi Gokuku Shrine. I really hope I'm pronouncing these right. A beautiful Shinto shrine built apparently to defend the country and was a target of worship for military personnel. But for us people, it was just a place to pray, buy souvenirs, and take some photos.
If you come to Sendai, you have to come here. Must visit. Especially with the snow, it just looks like a winter wonderland.
Yeah, the snow was definitely a huge vibe, but being someone who's never truly experienced it before. And it's funny because even though I didn't get the chance to record it, the snow from the trees would often fall and surprise people, including me.
Alright. Gonna try to buy a keychain. Let's see. I can buy a keychain.
And buy one I did. You know I'm all about the keychains. If you didn't know, I wanted to buy a keychain from each city I visit just to flex on people. But also for myself. Yeah, mainly for myself. Anyway, this gift shop was huge and insane. There were toilets and food the deeper you go in, which was mighty convenient. Also a cool looking Date Masamune armor. And I was there for quite some time because even though I found the keychain I was after, which I'll show you in a little bit, I also found some sick ass miniature statues, which I almost decided to get.
Alright. This place looks sick. This place, very reminiscent, because I've seen it before in Persona 5. So it looks really nice. But I think it's time to head off. It is 4 p.m. 4 p.m. This place has a lot of things. But there's one other place I want to get to. I think I'm just going to take taxi. Make it easy. My throat's starting again. It is definitely better though. Oh, but man, I need to take a photo here. This place is classic. This place is fucking classic. There we go. Yeah, while I wait here, I'll show you guys what I got. Another thing to add to my collection. Got a keychain. The classic Roman keychain. I don't know the symbolism between it. They had many, but I went for this one. They had a red one that I almost got. I wish they had a horse one, but I mean, it is what it is.
Soon after, I decided to wait at the designated taxi area for a taxi, since I just couldn't handle that Loople anymore, especially since I was still kinda sick. And after having a friendly chat with the taxi driver,
Australia. Yes. Hi.
I arrived at my next destination, the Osaki Hachiman Shrine.
Alright, we have made it to the shrine. This was this other place that I wanted to visit. The taxi driver was really nice. He was the most welcoming I've encountered, where he would always like translate using the app, and he told me how long it was to get to the place.
The path to the shrine was very nice. You had to climb a set of stairs, then you were greeted with, I don't even know what it was, a Japanese lantern walkway, and then at the very end was the shrine, the Osaki Hachiman. Again, another Shinto shrine showcasing the traditional architecture and design as a place for worship and protection. And along the way, you see many fortunes sold by the shrine for protection and good luck. This place was definitely less busy than the last, although take in mind I believe it was close to 5 p.m, which is pretty much the time that this shrine, along with almost every other shrine, closes. So after having some fun with some wild chickens, I headed off again.
Alright. I've seen them do this all the time. Wait, I'm not exiting yet. I want to take another photo. But everyone bows when you enter one of these or exit one of these places. Tradition. Oh. I would love to get my big camera out right now, but I just can't be bothered. We're here walking down the street, maybe trying to find somewhere to eat. But yeah, this place really calming. If you want to get out of the hustle and bustle of Sendai Station or around there, then come here. This little place reminds me of some of the stuff we have back home in Australia. This fucking marketplace, a center where there's so many different things. But yeah, I'm walking towards a ramen place that apparently has blue ramen. Opens in 15 minutes. So this place is apparently a place where people live. An apartment building. It looked like a shop. Very interesting. I saw someone come out and grab their bike. Very interesting seeing, I know that I say that word a lot, but it's very cool and interesting seeing the way people live out here. And I'm glad I get to walk these streets. It's nice to kind of like walk and then soak everything in, because this is a bit far away from the city center. See, I love it like this. Small town vibes this is giving me. I think this is a cemetery. Just in the middle of nowhere. I mean, no, in the middle somewhere. I don't know if it's disrespectful recording. I don't mean to be disrespectful if I am, but I just like to record anything that's interesting, and this is interesting. I'm so glad, well, I don't know if I want to say I'm glad, but the fact that Sendai is snowing is pretty good. But I would have wished Hakodate was snowing more than Sendai was snowing. Alright, I've waited long enough. It's close to 5:30. I saw a guy in there. Let's go. So I don't think I'm going to get the blue one, just because it's cold. The blue one, like I saw an ice cube in there.
But it looks like I wasn't getting anything at all. So here's an embarrassing situation of me being a complete tourist. Note to self for future, do not open any restaurant door that has its blinds down. I entered at 5:30 exactly, almost the time it opens, but it looks like the guy there wasn't ready to accept customers yet, so I left. And as soon as I did leave, he opened and allowed people to come in. Funny guy. But that just goes to show, in Japan there are certain customs and you need to follow the rules without talking much or something like that, I don't know. So instead, I just saved myself the trouble and headed to another place.
Alright, change of plans. Change of plans. So a really cool sushi spot down the street. I legit went in a minute till open. He couldn't have said, oh, you can stay here, you know what I mean? I don't even know. Probably didn't want to deal with me. Literally, like, it already opened by the time I, like, exited. He didn't say, he couldn't have said, oh, stay. Fuck it. Go somewhere else then.
I guess it was also because it was the first few times I was dining by myself in Japan, so I was a bit shy, but eventually we made it to a cool little sushi joint prepared by a sensei who had been making sushi for 50 years. I was the only one for the whole of my time there, so I decided to get talking with the guy.
すみません。
はい。
オーストラリア出身ですが、英語しかわかりませんが大丈夫ですか？
私は日本語しか喋れません。
あなたの一番人気のお寿司を教えてください。
一番美味しいのですか？この浄土質のありますけれども、上入入っていうのありますけれども。
Okay.
いいですか？はい。
はい。
Basically, I got him to get me the most popular sushi that he served. He then handed me some tea, and I love how every restaurant in Japan gives you wet wipes too. Then came the sushi that he prepared in front of me. Unfortunately, there was a barrier between us, so I couldn't quite make out or record him preparing, but regardless, we had probably the best pieces of sushi that I had ever had. It came with a miso soup too, and despite it being very simple compared to the sushi we had over in Australia, sometimes simplicity was best and the most authentic way. and I was surprised to learn the differences from back home. Here they hide the wasabi in between the sushi to make for a more seamless taste.
すみません。
はい。
今まで食べた中で最高の寿司。
So yeah, I had to compliment him on his work since Japanese people I heard were very proud people. And then I asked him how long he had been working there, which he said 50 years.
すみません。
はい。
写真を撮ってもいいですか？お母さんに見せたいのですが。
はいはい、いいですよ。はい。
So after taking a photo together for the memories, I paid and then we dip set. So even though I didn't make the most use of my time in technically the first day of me exploring the city of Sendai, I was still very content.
That was a very nice sushi spot. Definitely the best I've had. But they taxing hard. I don't know if it's because I'm a foreigner or what. But that costed me nearly $40 for that.
Yeah, to this day, I still don't know if there was no one in that joint because it was too expensive or what. But I later do find out that sushi in Japan is crazy expensive for some reason. And that made me feel better about spending $30-something there. But yeah, after taking the bus, I got dropped back at the station square.
Oh, right. I wasn't able to record the bus exiting, but it seems you get on first from the middle, and then you exit from the front, and you pay after, which is like the complete opposite to Australia. But I mean, and as I was inserting the coins, I'm pretty sure it cost 100 and something yen, but I put in 200. Ah, the guy didn't care. He just said it was okay. Oh well, still cheaper than using a taxi. Taxi does get me to the hotel immediately, but at least I get to go through the station again and save myself more than $10. So,
and that was certainly the wise choice, as on our way back to the hotel, we found some more entertainment.
what the heck is happening here?
I could have been there forever, man, I swear. Seeing clips like this makes me miss Japan. So many places you walk through just feels like an anime because of the sounds, the music, and just the vibes in general were so nice. I wish I would have stayed longer to listen to the music more, but I was really tired, so I headed back. Back at the hotel, I decided to check again if I could extend my stay since I didn't really get a clear answer the day before.
I just want to check if...
Okay, tomorrow, so sorry. Today's checking?
I check out tomorrow, but I asked someone here that I extend another 2 days. So tomorrow I check in again. It's in a different room.
Okay, extra charges price.
Okay. Do I pay now or tomorrow?
As we pay now.
Okay. I pay now. Okay. Let me see.
Total 4 night.
So total 4 night, yes.
4 night.
Okay. Is it the same room or different room?
Just a hotel.
Okay. We did it, boys. We fucking did it. Hey. Oh, pretty happy about that. Alright, let me run you through the gist of it all. If I can get this, where's the lights, bro? Alright, so, basically, should I just do it? Okay, I'll just do it like this. Basically, we got the same room. We don't have to check out, which kind of sucks because I was hoping to wake up early tomorrow. But we don't have to check out tomorrow and then check in again. I just paid, so I'm too tired to talk, but basically what I thought was going to happen was that today was going to be the last night and I have to clean everything and then check out to a different room tomorrow and then like check out again, then check in again, paying tomorrow. But I paid today, extended until the 26th, and we got the same room. So that's pretty banging. But there's a caveat, okay? This hotel requires them to clean the room once every 3 days. If it was me, like the past few, hotels, I asked not to clean because I don't really need. I mean, it ends up getting pretty dirty. I'm not gonna lie, but it saves me from having to hide stuff from like just. I don't want them to shuffle my shit. I don't want them going through my shit. So yeah. But yeah. So the 25th, the day before I check out, they're gonna have to clean it. Good for me though is that day I wake up super early, 7 a.m. to go to Cat Island. So it won't be that big of a deal, but it'll just mean that tomorrow, right? Tomorrow night, I've got to like organize and just basically like, put my valuables in my suitcase and just kind of reshuffle because I don't want them fucking. That's why I like it's kind of like someone entering your room. You don't know what they're gonna do. We're in Japan, most likely nothing's gonna happen, but I'm just saying, like, I don't like when they shuffle shit around. Because that, recipe for disaster, recipe for losing stuff. Anyway, we're done. I'm happy that's over with. Now, the capsule hotel would have been banging to stay at. I do agree. Would have been a great video, would have been a great experience. I don't want to say it was a great experience. It would have been great, but it would be an experience that I could have showed. Problem is, I'm still kind of sick. I'm a lot better. I just have a cough, a bit of snot still. I don't feel weak or a headache, which is good. But the problem is, this whole journey so far has been harder than it is. Harder than it felt. Harder than I thought it would be. So I'm not in the mood to, lug my shit over there, blah, blah, blah. Try to get used to that side for like 2 days here, 2 days there. It's too much work, too much effort. It'll tire me up. So yeah, but that's basically what I think. Tomorrow, we have plans. We don't need to wake up that early. We don't need to wake up at 10. We wake up at 11. Today we did the stuff that I wanted to do. The castle, the cool horseman night. I don't know. I'm too tired, as you can tell. And then tomorrow I want to go to an abandoned school. More on that tomorrow, and more Sendai Station photo taking. And then Cat Island, and then Tokyo. Woo! That's it for today. Can I just say this journey so far has been crazy. This journey so far has been crazy. Every time I go to a new city, Sendai has been probably the best city in Japan I've been to so far. So much stuff to do. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Alright, I forgot to tell you guys. So I got the same room for $20 cheaper too. It was 24,000 yen for the 2 nights today. So a little bit over 100 Australian dollars. Cut that back. Now the next 2 nights are going to be 22,000 instead of 24,000. Something like that. Yeah, I'm done. Gonna video call my mom a bit, and then yeah, that'll be it for today. Oh, I have so much snot on my nose, Jesus.
I also forgot to say, I also went to the convenience store again, but I just got the essentials, so I didn't think it was worth recording. And if you don't know what those are, go check out my previous few videos. You probably should have anyway. And then after video calling with my mum for a bit, I called it a day.